Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
Swoosh.
What are we up to, man?
I don't know. Just pod. Fun. It's fun.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Monday pod, not fun. Friday My Life pod is fun.
Yes. Can't wait for that.
When it's just like Champions League and banter and transfers and hope. There's so much to hope for later in the week. Right now, there's no hope. It's all just nightmare.
Yep. How are you doing?
Great. So I scored 28 points, but I took a -4, so 24 points. Okay, half the average. Better. Half the national median. I don't know. I brought in Mo, Konsa, and Kane. I brought in Mo specifically to cap him. Yep. That didn't go well. Got rid of Raz, VVD, and Wood, so whatever. Yeah, my game week rank. I've never had a game week rank like this. Did you see it?
It's not good.
6.9 million.
If you put the hit in, it would be in the 7 millions.
I don't know if the hit does or doesn't count.
I don't think it does.
I've never seen that. 6.9
That's like a price
mil?
changes question.
Holy shit.
We don't know. We think we know, but we don't know. It's not good. It's not good. It's not where you want to be. Not where you want to be.
69, dude. So I got my returns in total are Martinez save point, Foden goal, Kane assist. That's it. And,
check us out.
4 1-pointers, 3 2-pointers.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, right? It's a joke. It's just everything good that I've done. And my back-to-back green arrows.
Evaporated.
Way gone. Way worse than my game week 3 OR.
I put up 44. I saved 4th captain blank in a row. I just checked my 3. I haven't captain. I had Mo, game week 1 captain Hall. Then I had an assist from Obbs, and then it's been straight 2 points since then. And my last 3 vice captains were 11, 13, 13. So I'm doing that thing this year, I guess, where I'm playing for vice captain at the end of the season to look at like how dumb I am and how many more points my vice captain got than my captain.
So is there a shout to just on Friday every week to just be like, okay, switch to caps?
No.
Why is that not a shout?
Because I want to be in control of my destiny. And I want to pick... I still like my process. Like, I had my 2 Chelsea captains when they scored 3 goals each game, and neither of them got a share.
Right.
Like, Mo looked on the precipice of double returning this week, got 2. I still feel like I'm picking okay picks, but the points do not reflect such a thing.
Right.
Yeah, so that's okay.
It does seem like we've been picking the right match.
Games. Yeah. And that's what I do. That's what we do. We usually look for the game like script, and then we hope we luck into the points, but I don't know. So anyway, so I got a clean from Dallas, KWP, so I had Swanee points, Mane got me some points.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get a green arrow, but instead I got my 5th red arrow. I haven't gotten a green arrow this season yet. So I'm at 2 mil, and it's not good. That's it. It's not good. It's not. Haven't had a green arrow all year yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I was like 200K game week 1, which is nuts. I haven't had a green arrow. What do you want from me? I'm just
looking at your page. Yeah,
it's not good. And I thought that my team value keeps going up, but my overall rank keeps going down. I thought those were supposed to be compatible. Not so. Anyway, here we are. Let's go. What's next?
League updates. So shout out to the FMLFPL Prize League Mug League leaders for October. There's 1 game week left for the October mugs. Chris Mallon, El Malacticos, Jordan Rodriguez, Wanderers 420, Kai Young Lung, Private KY, and then Shout out to the leader of the FMLFL Public League, Stephen Higgin, aka Sporting a Beer Gut, which is a nice name. He dropped 86 points this week, so
He's a casual.
that's pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, bro.
So, I mean, I think the biggest thing this weekend was a return to no dongs.
Oh my god, dude! There were
Every
so
game was
many
very
boring,
plodding
horrible
and mundane.
games.
Yeah. What's going on here?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
if that's
did we
trend.
get like Europe came back and teams are kind of like poopy pants and shit, or what?
I think that's a reasonable hypothesis. I think maybe also just things came back to earth. Like this is more normal than before,
But
where
when
every
you
team
used
was
to,
scoring 4
5
goals.
or whatever,
Yeah, like a lot of the shitty teams were, guess what, really bad. A lot of the super conservative defensive managers put out super conservative lineups and tactics. So
Are you talking about Mourinho?
I'm talking about Arteta, Mourinho, fucking
Okay.
Ginger Mourinho, Braj, Bruce, Nuno, like fucking all of them, dude. I mean, Ole and Frank shouldn't be discluded from this. They just like handshake agreed to just not.
Disclude?
Is that,
I like
is it
that
a word?
one. No, exclude. But I like disclude.
I'm gonna say it shouldn't be discluded from the. It sounds so funny now. If they just agreed to not play a match, there are just so many bad games.
Yeah. It wasn't fun, watching the games, how they've done this year with every game on. It was not fun watching games this weekend. It was the first weekend where that was the case, I think, so far.
Yeah, this was the first weekend where you would kill for every game to just be on at the same time.
Yes.
And just have watched 3 slots of games or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Would have been much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, so I think City. We got a bunch of City questions.
Okay, we could do that.
G. Babinez and Jax both asking about Cancelo. He had 3 games in a row. Roaming wingback, getting forward. Is he worth a look? And then Cam Anderson.
I didn't ask about him.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just brought him in blind.
Yeah, he doesn't have to ask. He's got him
no
ready.
questions.
All right.
And then Cam Anderson's asking, why doesn't everyone have a massive hard-on for Foden? He's getting the minutes, which was the only question. He's sitting at 6.5. What?
He just didn't start.
Yeah, I mean, this is what he said. He said he's played 60 plus in 4 out of 5, 90 in 3 out of 5, returns in 3 out of 5 with super dysfunctional City. If this is his floor and we expect City to get better, then at 6.5 he's an insane bargain.
Okay.
Which, I mean, he probably is under the radar, right? I mean, I don't really see people talking about him.
Yeah, he should probably be more owned based on the return so far and the price. Foden. I mean, you have him. What are you pleased?
Yeah, I mean, came in, got a goal. Imagine if I didn't have him this week. I'd be on sub 20 points. You could disclude me from the OR rank.
Unless you had Wilf instead and you had 35 points. So.
That's probably part of the reason why he's not getting talked about more, because Jack, Wilf, other randos, James been stealing the limelight.
But I don't know why Foden's hijacking this. I guess I just took exception to that comment. But what do you think about Cancelo?
We have to decide if it's Cancelo or Cancelo.
I think we should just say Cancelo.
I mean, he's not Italian, right?
I like Cancelo the best.
Cancelo?
Yeah.
I like Cancelo culture the most. Guest Jason, shout out.
That's trademark by Guest Jason.
Yeah.
João Pedro Cavachao Cancelo. No, that was bad.
That was Italian. You made him Italian again.
All right.
He came from Italy. But,
what do you think about him? 5'4", he dropped in price.
That was probably back-to-back his 2 best games for City.
Yeah. Well, right? he was good. Champions League. Oh, no. Back. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
No, I mean, so he played the weird role for
He played the
Arscas.
midfield role.
Oh,
that
God.
game. I got that
My
mixed
beer's
up.
exploding. Actual explosion. Oh, no.
It's all the non-alcoholic.
I was just sitting on my desk. I don't know how it fucking foamed up. Little ASMR for you. for the listeners at home. Definitely including this. Yeah, I mean, he played the weird midfield hybrid role where he was getting really forward for Sarscast, and then played more traditional fullback, sort of wingback role versus West Ham, and he was like everything. The entire attack was just him. Through him on that side, and I thought he looked really good, and he took some really bad shots, which Pep will probably go nuts on him after, but he was pretty solid. I like the look of him. I still just don't trust that he's going to play every week, and if I'm spending 5-4 on a defender, I definitely want to make sure they're playing every week.
I mean, you could get someone like Region, who you're much more secure about the minutes right at 5-5, or...
No, but Diash. That's the reason I don't like Cancelo is Diash.
Yeah.
Because he's 0.1 more, and he's absolutely nailed, it seems.
Yeah, and the assists, we always are like that, right? The assists are a lot less predictable than just going for the clean sheets, and you can't get clean sheets if you don't start the game. So I agree with you. I think Diash is a lot safer, but Cancelo is definitely fun. You know, he's a fun fullback. Fun. When you watch the game, it's like exciting, and if he keeps doing the role that he did last game, like this weekend, he's going to be good pick.
And he should, right? But that's the classic Pep thing is there's a lot of shoulds that don't happen. But he's so far and away the best left back. It's not even fucking remotely close. And he should start there every week, but he won't. And that's my problem.
Ake starts this weekend. And
right, exactly. Zinchenko made his appearance. He subbed on. Like, he's going to get his starts. Pep loves him, so.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those where, you know, you want to play and have fun and have a fun pick. Like, he's definitely that. But if you want to be, you know, drink responsibly, then you go somewhere else, probably.
You go non-alcoholic, exploding on your desk beer.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, we're getting Kuhn out for a few weeks now. It's trickling in, and Jesus still a couple of weeks away, it sounds like. So what do you think more of just the macro sense of City in general? I mean, they've obviously been a fucked up mess so far. Yeah. 1 goal in each of the last 3 games, which for City, I would be surprised if they've ever done that under Pep. Yeah. What do you make of it?
I mean, so what I remember saying last week is, like, I don't know if they've ever had a 5-game stretch this bad attacking wise since Pep's gotten there. Maybe yes. I mean, every team goes through dips, but now it's 6 and it just keeps happening every week. They're just way more conservative, way more, you know, defensive midfield presence to try and tighten up what is their weakness for sure. But it's leading to not a lot of shots, not a lot of chances, not a lot of XG, all of the stuff that is like synonymous with Manchester City under Pep. Listen, Raz is a really fantastic player, and he is probably as nailed as anyone while, you know, the strikers are out and all that stuff, and he's going to get his points, but I don't really ever want to captain a player on a team like this right now. No, so absolutely. When we were talking about Raz with, you know, the other guys, it was just like, 11-5 for that, I don't like right now. Yeah. So Foden to me is like really of all the mids and forwards, like Foden is the only one that's like I can get behind because he's cheap.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think the other thing too that we've seen the last 2 games anyways, you know, no Kevin makes a big difference. So I take the point that, you know, without a central striker that they don't look as good, you know, and we're going to be looking at that for, you know, the next couple league games, and they have an international break. So, you know, hopefully after that for Spurs in game week 9, which is really in like a month from now, that they should have at least like Jesus back. But I just think it's like a don't buy, don't sell kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the reason that I blame the sort of like setup and defensive midfield and all that more is because like Kevin didn't play in 18-19 either, and they still score 100 fucking goals.
Yeah, but they had a striker. I mean, they don't have a striker, and they don't have Kevin. That's a problem. Like, they had an actual good striker that whole year, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
That's a big deal. Missing both.
Big deal. Yeah, it's just, I'm not sure. They're weird right now, and I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the don't buy, don't sell feels safe. I do feel like selling Mahrez is okay because he's looked absolute fucking dog shit.
He was so bad.
He's too expensive to carry to me, and also have the questionable security of start, even with no striker. I mean, he could just play Ferran. He could do any number of things.
Right.
He's looked really bad, so I don't mind selling him at all. Like, he's 8-4, and he probably won't play midweek, maybe, whatever. I don't know about that, but he just doesn't look good. So I don't mind selling him either.
Yeah. Let's just go straight to West Ham because that was the match. And Worry Painter, Shut Up Luke, Tio, Bodie, Jax, all looking for West Ham guys. Besides Antonio, they have a bunch of defensive options. Who do you like? They have Masuaku, Kufal, Cresswell. We know they had the nightmare run from the beginning of the season. That ends after Liverpool this game week. They start to have a nice run, and they're good, right?
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah. They're just good right now.
They're
look
just good.
The thing that I'm still very nervous about with West Ham and buying into them is he going to really play with 5 defenders when they're looking at Fulham, Sheffield, Villa?
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We don't know. We just don't know.
That might be like Noble back in and 4 defenders or something.
Yeah. In which case, other than Ogbonna, I don't know who's going to play. Because I would expect Kufal, since he's been preferred to Fredericks the last couple of games. Fredericks been on the bench. I expect him to go in right back, but left back could be Cresswell, could be Masuaku.
Yeah.
I still don't know why Jop is not playing for Balbuena. I just don't get that. Sure. I think Jop's a lot better, and he hasn't been playing the last couple of games. Been on the bench, just unused. I don't know if it's because Balbuena, like, they've been good with him and something he's doing. I don't know, but I just feel like there's a lot of uncertainty in the defense there, and I don't want to spend 5 on the player. Like, I don't want to spend 4 on, I don't know, Ogbonna. I don't want to spend 5 on Cresswell. So you just have to know that that's going to be a little bit of a risk. But if they do keep 3 at the back, I mean, Masuaku's playing out of position and wing back, and so is Kufal. Too. Yeah. Like
Masuaku looks great.
Yeah, and the thing with him is that we look at it like sideways through like squinty eyes. Masuaku could play left back. Every time he's played left back in this division, he lasts 2 games and gets bombed out. So he can't do it. He can't play that position.
Yeah, he can't.
And it's not like Cresswell's great. I mean, he's definitely limited also, but there's a lot of question marks, I think, in terms of the long term there.
Was it on Friday's show where they compared it to sort of Arsenal setup? Which I like that comparison, where it's like Cresswell is kind of the Tierney, where it's like he's left center back, but he gets forward, and that allows Masuaku, who's kind of the Saka or whatever, whoever's playing left wing back for Arsenal, to get like really far forward. Like, he has full freedom for Fornals to cut inside and basically be like left wing, and his creativity numbers have been really good. So don't disclude him from your thoughts,
Wait, has Fornals been playing on the right? I thought he's been on the right and Bowen's on the left, or it's
no, Bowen's on the right to cut in on his left foot. To cut in
on the left, right, okay. Yeah, so Antonio, though, is like, this is
he's hurt,
little bit of a concern, yeah. So
we'll see. I'm not confident that they can like function as well if Aller can like do an Antonio impression. Like,
it doesn't seem like he's even remotely close to being able to do that. Yeah. I feel like their best chance of that is either putting Bowen or Fornals there and just jamming Benrahma in the team.
Right.
Something like getting a press monster. Like Bowen and Fornals clearly showed the work rate of Antonio, so maybe that happens. I don't know. But without Antonio,
that's a big concern.
That's blunt. Yeah. I mean, they're a lot more blunted without him. He makes it work,
Yeah. So
but they play Liverpool, so I mean, you're just chilling on West Ham, though. I mean, you don't want to buy him ahead of Liverpool, right?
No, but we're
speculating.
We have an eye on
accumulate.
Antonio, Bowen, Masuaku. And there's an eye on all of them. Even Kufal. I mean, he's not as attacking as Masuaku, but he's solid. Seems good.
2 yellow cards in 3 games. Love that. 2 assists though, back to back. Well, the assist-less game was. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's 2 assists in 2 games kind of a player.
He's not a marauding wing back like Masuaku. No.
He picks his moments.
Yeah. Other than that, just a bunch of rando questions. Nothing else grouped up. So, is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we just bang these out, or what? There's just so much horrible things to talk about.
There's so much to talk about. There's just so much to talk about.
I know. That's kind of why we always do questions. I think questions.
All right, so we'll do
lead
questions.
Us. Will lead us.
Do the questions, and then we'll go.
Pick said, for those of us who have Trent and Robbo, what's a good plan forward? Should we hold or move down to cheaper options and reinvest into our attack? So we're one data point in with no VVD, basically. And Fabinho concedes a pen. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Robbo and Trent still looked good, attacking-wise. But the cleans, I said it before, I'm not sure about the cleans.
So what's your, I mean, say you're just sitting here, 2 frees, reasonable team with Trent and Robbo. Like, is that a place you're looking to de-expose yourself?
I think it's a good, yeah, I think it's a good double move. I don't want to spend $14.5 million on 2 defenders.
You hold Robbo.
Sure, whatever. I mean, Trent looks better, I thought, against Sheffield, but yeah, I just don't want to spend $14.5 million when I don't really expect that many cleans. I mean, that's just the facts. So yeah, I think part of a double move, reinvesting into attack, maybe changing from like a 4-4-2 to 3-5-2 or some shit like that. Seems good. There's a lot of good mids.
Yeah.
Or going up to a premium guy you don't have. I mean, also good.
I mean, it still just feels, right, that the defenders so far aren't presenting themselves.
Yeah, the premium defenders in general have not been worth it at all.
Not looking good value compared to the, the 6 to 8 million mids and forwards in general.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, this is a reversion back to 3-4 years ago. Like the last 2 years, the defense has been really good in this price bracket.
Yeah.
And this year, so far, I mean, I think this game week was just a continuation of what we've been seeing. So when everyone looks shit, again, rule of thumb, you just get the cheapest guy. So Trent and Robbo, I mean, Robbo, not to say that either of them will have looked shit, but, Robbo being a little bit cheaper, you probably would rather keep him than Trent. But if you have a hard-on for Trent, you like him, then you do that. That's fine. Both does feel too much, though. It just feels too much because if you don't feel like the clean is coming in 1 and 2, which is really what we felt like last year, right, and the year before, where they did keep. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Like that's roughly where it was, probably the last 2 years combined.
Yeah, they were on like 13, 14, 15, something like that last year, and then a couple of years ago they had like 20, which was ridiculous. Yeah. But when you expect them to be in that 16 to 18 region, but now it's going to come down to maybe 12 or 13. That's a lot to spend on the defense. It's a lot to spend because you're just putting so much pressure on the attacking output. And they're still, even though they're out of position, fullbacks, winger, right? I mean, Wilf is out of position as a striker and he's the same price as them. So that's the thing to look at, right?
Foden's playing forward for Man City.
Yeah, he's less than both of them. There are plenty of options. Like there are actual strikers that are in the game as forwards who are less than both of them. So if you don't think the clean's going to come in at that rate, then it's probably not the best. Yeah,
Bamford just fucking hat-tricked. He's cheaper than Chilwell.
He has more points than like Trent on the season. He got in one fucking game.
Yeah, Trent with 17 on the season. Speaking of Bamford, J-Flow and Terp asking about him, just what do we do with him? Are we being stubborn for not getting him? Are 26% of FPL managers just chasing points? And is Bamford Pookie 2.0? Will he turn into a pumpkin any day now? What do you make of this?
Well, he's returning at a conversion rate now that's like a little bit above average, where, last year it was at like 10% or something, which was very below average. I think now he's at like 26% or something like that, right? 24 or 26, something like that. He's either, so the team is set up well, right? They attack a lot. He's obviously Bielsa's favorite son. He's like Mount for Franklin. And he's either taking a step forward before our eyes, which is possible, right? Or he's just on a rich vein that, as they say, rich vein of form. I'm not sure. I have no fucking clue, because you watch him miss the easy things, and then, you know, he gets a couple lucky breaks, he has a couple goals, but then you watch him do the third goal where he shifts on his left and like toe pokes. It's like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I don't think there are 5 strikers in the league that could do that, score that goal. So, you know, he's still young, right? He's still young, and, you know, he's still coming into his own. So, I mean, he's 5'9" right now. The team attacks. They don't play defensively. And when you look around town at that price region, I just don't think that there's, you know, you're not going to do much worse than that. So if you have a slot on that, in that price region, like, you know, Che is like 5'8", or Ollie Watkins is at $6 million, you know, Antonio's 6'3" in that region, he's fine. But I'm not going to like stump for him or say he's an incredible pick, because I still don't believe in him. Like, I don't believe in him. And maybe it's going to be next year when we're sitting here like we did with Jimenez after his first season, when he was 5'5", and we're like, oh my God, how did we not own him? Yeah. And Bamford's going to be starting next season at like $8 million or something, which is possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's kind of what I see. What do you see? What do you see here?
Yeah. I mean, like, finishing is sort of proven to be this weird skill that doesn't usually improve or go down over time. Like, it seems like the type of thing that no matter how much you practice, you don't just become a better finisher overnight. But at the same time, there's a lot of... Though. No, I'm just saying statistically that is true.
Yeah, that's fine.
But there's a lot of noise also, because we always talk about small sample size, large sample size. A season is a small sample size. An entire fucking season is still a small sample size.
And I mean, you
can be hot for a season. You can be hot for a month. You can cool off, you know, after. So I don't know. I mean, he's 3.4 over his XG already. You know, that's not going to last. You know, we know he's even in the championship last season, well below average finisher. I mean, the reason I like him is because he's absolutely not Pookie, in the sense that Leeds aren't the worst team in the league, and he gets a fuck ton of shots because they're actually good in attacking.
And so that's the only thing there.
Big difference between Pookie and him.
Yeah.
Is that when Norwich fell off, Pookie was getting 1 to 2 shots a game. And it was just like, there's nothing here at all. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think he'll slow down for sure, but he still might be good. I mean, he got 9 fucking shots against Villa. Like, if he's doing
they
that.
had a lot of shots.
Yeah, like, if he's doing that, getting
that's like Kane
many big chances, even if he's below average, he'll still tick.
Yeah.
So I still think it's fine, but I don't expect this at all to continue, really. Yeah.
Bamford.
And Leeds in
Leicester,
general are just
Palace, Arsenal, Everton, Chelsea. It's not great. It's not a great run. That's a really bad run, actually.
That's Leeds' run?
Yeah, Leicester, Palace, Arsenal, Everton, Chelsea. Those are all really good defenses now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea probably the easiest matches of all of those.
After they just 0-0 their lives away, they might be great with Edouard.
I mean, that was just a non-match. I honestly think Ole and Frank were just like, we both could just use a point right now. Chill out. Let's just be lads and just get a fucking point. Speaking of Chelsea, Villa Luke said, do we know what Chelsea are yet? Are they going to click soon and bang for a game, or is Frank such a poor manager that even with these players, they'll never be explosive?
I think we absolutely have no idea what they are. Yeah, neither does Frank.
The only answer.
But the issue is we're going to be having this literal exact same conversation in March.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I agree.
Here. So with that said, I'm starting to be very skeptical of their players as assets, full stop, because I just don't know what they're doing. It's kind of what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks on the pod, right? Of just not knowing what the team's up to, not knowing who's going to be playing.
Yeah.
It's just so unpredictable week to week. And if that's how we're feeling, I can only imagine how the actual players are feeling.
Right.
Like, are we playing 3 at the back? You know, who's playing right wing? Who's playing left? It's just, it
changes
fucked
everything.
Up. Who's playing striker? Are we playing 2 up tonight? Like, every match is different. And I don't think that that's a good work environment.
Yeah, and they've had back-to-back ultra-conservative create-nothing matches with Sevilla and Manchester United. So,
I mean, I'm worried with Pulisic. Like, I have 2 frees, and I don't have anywhere to spend them, so...
Well, you have Joel Ward.
I have one place to spend them. But no, I mean, they look fucking... I don't know what they're... I mean, Chilwell's just rolling in points, but otherwise... Mendy at 5 definitely looks like a reasonable pick because he's good. But
yeah, I mean, if they had a really good... Like, okay, I just came off captaining Werner against Southampton, right? They don't have any Southamptons coming up. I mean, they have Newcastle in game week 9, but the next 2 are Burnley and Sheffield United. No chance I'm captaining against Burnley and Sheffield United. Newcastle are so bad that I don't think it matters that much. Like, they're a bust, but you still rack up shots and big chances against them. They're like an ineffective bust.
Unless if you're Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, even Wolves had shots, but... Some. A little.
They had, what did they have? Fucking...
They had 16 shots.
They had 0.76 XG on the game.
Yeah, 16 shots.
So, yeah, well, where'd they come from? Fuckland. 0.76 game XG?
Nevesh land. It was just Podence ripping him from 25 over and over again.
Yeah.
Instead of playing in his team. But yeah, I mean, like, you look at Burnley and Sheffield United, and I'm just like, I don't know what Chelsea are going to do in those. No idea at all. I don't know how they're going to break it down. I don't know what the lineup's going to be. I have no confidence at all.
All I think I know is Mount's going to start them all.
Yeah, Mount will start both. Chilwell will start both.
That's why they drew, because Mount didn't start.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Vax, thoughts on Brewster after 2 game weeks. So this is all you. He's your starting number 9.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not looking good.
So far, the experiment has not gone well. He scored exactly what you would expect a 4-5 player to score.
1 point and 1 point?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep rolling him out. I'm going to play him against City this week.
Yeah.
If he's starting in the team, which I think he's just going to keep starting because they're fucking dog shit, he's going to get some points. You know, he's 4-5.
I think so.
That's it. He's 4-5. You know, he's 4-5. I box that away in my team, and I look at the other 10 spots.
Yeah.
But he didn't. It basically didn't play against Liverpool, as far as I could tell.
I mean, it was immediately like, why did they buy an unproven striker when they needed a ready-made striker to like save their team? It's all. I think that the transfer itself is already getting questioned because it's just.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think it was more of the game script of just like McBurney winning every header. And he just like didn't ever play a game with him before, so he didn't know what he was supposed to be doing.
For sure. Yeah, I'm just saying the murmurs are there because
he didn't score in his first start?
No, because they broke the transfer fee for a player who's basically never played in the Premier League to like lead their line when they could have just gotten some fucking other guy, you know?
I mean, I think we're many months away from making an assessment on that. But in the meantime, I mean, they're playing City.
Yeah.
Playing City, not good. Playing Chelsea, not good. So
maybe good, Chelsea.
Fuck. Yeah, Chelsea maybe good. I don't know. But 4-5 player, it's the same thing, right? I mean, you're starting a 4-5 defender. Do you think that, you know, Kyle Walker-Peters at Villa to get a clean sheet is better or worse than Brewster getting an assist or a goal? It's like, whatever.
Better.
Fuck off.
Pull up said Zaha's been insane for FPL this season. Upcoming fixtures look decent. Is it worth a punt or has the ship sailed? Looks great. He looks fucking great.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to bring us to Europe all by himself, realistically.
He's playing forward. He's doing everything.
Yeah, he looks good. 7-3, you know. Good player.
Could be a return to 18-19 where he put up 10 and 11. That kind of year. He's already on 5 goals. Yeah, 5 goals. He had a couple pens. Millie was in, and Van Halen might be in. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, at Wolves, not great. Leeds, not great. Burnley, not great. I don't know.
it's the thing with Wolf is even like a month isn't enough time because you could talk yourself into any game script for us, right? Like we're playing an away game where we're going to be counterattacking. We're playing a home game against a really shitty team. Like he could score goals in either of them or neither. Like it's not that predictive, I think. So
yeah, like away Wolves sounds really bad. And
but you could talk yourself into like, half, best thing ever.
Yeah, first half nailed on 0-0. Second half, when Wolves start to come out of their shell, that's when Wolf flies. That's just like, I don't know. Yeah, great pick.
But he's looked good, 7-3. Look good. What do you think about him versus Jack at this moment?
If Wilf was to definitely stay on Pens, which is definitely not definite, then I'd say him, but I don't know. Between them, it's so hard. I think they're both long-term holds, tick guys more than anything. Yeah. I like Jack a little bit more because this comes back to just the team setup, right? I mean, he was so unlucky to not return against Leeds. That's the same thing against Leicester, right? Every game he doesn't return, it's like, how is he not returning? Yeah, he just either shoots a lot or creates a lot. Yeah, like they actually attack. Yeah, exactly. And we don't. Yeah, so that's true. I mean, like the Brighton game, right? Like Palace can play a match with 0 shots and get a point. It has happened. Did it happen last week? Villa, that will not happen. No. Cam Anderson said, what do you see with Brighton? Obviously, great defensive performance, bad draw against West Brom. Will they be actually good FPL assets this year, or will they just mess with our heads for 38 game weeks? How are you feeling about Brighton? It cannot be good. Well, I'm very glad I got rid of Trossard when I did, because he's just like a lightweight FPL player. He knits things together, but he's not going to be putting the points in. I mean, people were talking about him a lot like a couple of weeks ago, I think, when they ahead of the Palace West Brom games. But, I mean, when you hit the bar every fucking shot attempt and he's just kind of a little floaty guy, he's not like ever done it before. And the last 2 games, he just completely went missing. He had like 2 shots against West Brom that like one was like reasonable, but against us, it's just like, I don't know. Like he's not going to be getting that many points. He's 6 million, which on a season when normally it's impossible to find players in midfield in that region, like, okay, maybe he's a good pick. But this year, when there are a lot of good picks in that region, he's just not a good pick. Yeah. And, I mean, Neil is actual dog shit striker. He's really good at linking play. I mean, that's the thing is everyone's good at linking play and no one's good at fucking putting the ball in the back of their net, as we saw today against West Brom. Yeah. Matt Ryan. Aesthetically so pleasing. But, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, unreal. Actual unreal player. Doesn't have a save point on the season. Fucking 6. He has not 1 save point on the whole season. This little fucking Aussie piece of shit. It's insane. 7 actually saves. Insane. He's like, what is he fucking like Ederson? He's like Ederson. Yeah. It's just, it's ridiculous. And fucking Lamptey just, oh my God, dude. Maybe they'll get relegated. I don't know. Maybe we don't know anything about football. They're too good to get relegated, but they're so... Webster today was 0 out of 10, 1 out of 10. It's insane a reminder of what they were last season. It's just like so frustrating because you want to root for them because they're so nice to watch and positive compared to the other teams down there and stuff, and then... They're so bad. They're so frustrating. Just so many individual performances today that were just horrific, and they sit on 1-0. It's like who do you think you are against West Brom? Yeah, who do you think you are? It's just. By the way, Ederson has 12 saves. Ryan has 7. So, as Bry would say, still statistically the best defense in the Premier League. Yeah. Right. A little bit of Wolves vibes the year you tripled up on them. That's what I said. I said that in Discord. Did you see me say that earlier today? I literally said that earlier today. I said earlier today. It's the they find a way to concede one. Yeah, exactly. The underlyings the best underlyings.
Yeah.
Like Wolves were like unreal, like second best in the league underlyings behind Liverpool.
Rui Howler, Bennett
single
Howler,
game.
every fucking game.
I mean, it's not
insane.
dissimilar to United too, right? It's like the individual error, the one. It's like, don't concede that much. Yeah, good possession, all that shit. And then
it's absolutely insane. So, I mean, Lamptey's still, I mean, he was playing actual forward.
So far
after
forward.
the subs, he was playing in the front three.
So far forward.
The bench was nonsense today. But
And,
other than
the
Lamptey,
goal also...
Yeah, I mean, he got whatever the fuck.
No, but even before the rebound to then own goal was him creating a chance for Lallana in the center of the box. What that shot was blocked, and then it went back to him. It was just like, he's just great. But I mean, fuck. I never think they're going to keep it clean.
Yeah. So I shouldn't have two of their defenders got it.
Yeah, I mean.
Should I spend a transfer on Ryan? Like, should I wave the flag? Because you know what's going to happen. Like,
no, I don't think you can.
12 points at Spurs. Like, Spurs do the same thing today.
Dude. It breaks every preseason post-mortem rule
and
ever.
Dude, there was a moment today also when it was still 0-0. He had 2 saves. And someone was like, if he makes a third save, it's like a 4-point save because he's going to go to the top of the bonus points. Like, he would have been on, like, a 10. And then they just concede in 3 minutes later, and he has 2 points. Doesn't make another save the rest of the game. It was insane.
It was... If footy ever had a timeout, they needed a timeout so badly. The second half, they were just lost. They were all just like mentally done with no idea what's happening. West Brom just continued growing and growing and growing in the game, taking more and more shots. And then they concede. It's just like,
this was the thing. I don't understand how Alzate all of a sudden just bombed out.
Yeah,
I felt like he was the
White to midfield. And
I mean, and White was good last week, and I understood it last week because Alzate is coming back from Colombia, right? Like the hummus thing. Like it was like the day before the game. It's like, okay, cool. Like you give him a break, but for him to be playing, like, dude, Adam Webster's wearing that armband today. He is not a good player. I don't know what the fuck he's doing this year, but
I mean, Ben
he's
White
had a few
midfield
really bad games.
Also makes the back line so much worse.
Exactly, like put him back there. You know, Byrne was playing. I mean, Veltman. Like, it's just like he's better than all of those players, and Alzate's better than all those players as well for like in the corresponding moves. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just ridiculous of what he's doing. It's
I'm not sure what's up there.
I don't know. I mean, and here we are, right? We've been talking about Brighton, like, oh, Brighton's such good stuff, looking great, good stuff. They're fucking like in relegation zone.
I know.
It's ridiculous. So what? I mean, how long is Potter?
Part of that is luck. I mean, unluckiness. I mean, they beat the shit out of Chelsea and Manchester United and got 0 points combined.
Well, but I mean, what are you gonna write your little journal about that? But at the end of the day, you see the points on the board, and it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. And they extended him, right? You get that. That's fine, but it's not good enough. It's just not good enough.
They're so frustrating. The fucking seaweed. Last question, also a Walsh question. Yo Bill said, can Walsh call a boy, ask when Ferguson's going to start playing? And what are your thoughts on PVA now that he's made a little cameo?
Yeah, I mean,
Ferguson is just...
He's injured. He's just
red flag. Forget about it.
Maybe in 2020... What is it? 2020?
He got like knee surgery or some shit, right?
Yeah, no, he's fucked. He got long term. He's doing like individual stuff, but he's not close to seeing the grass. So forget about that. But PVA, he came in and played 5 minutes. Like, cool, nice. We don't know. We don't know. We saw Ward get injured, so Klein came in the right. He was obviously he's always going to offer more than Ward, but he just couldn't last 90. He's just not match fit enough.
There's still no news about Ward, right?
Yeah, no. Well, I'm sure we won't get any news till next week, and it'll be great. But
he's not even flagged. He just disappeared.
Witness protection program.
Yeah, actually, Frank Smith.
But we don't know. It's like he put PVA in, and then he threw Mitchell over to the right, and I mean Mitchell didn't get forward on the left, so to put him at right back makes no sense. So it's just really up in the air right now. No one knows but why. Van Aanholt. I mean, he could play out of position. You know, he could play where Schlupp plays. Like, he could play in that 4-4-2
right
on the left because he's not really that good at defending anyway. I mean, obviously he's good, but he's not defense first. So, you know, we don't know. You know, we don't know. We need a few more team sheets to see what he's up to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for questions.
Okay.
Light load on a fucking disaster nightmare week. Anything else you want to talk about, or should we just go to our transfers or whatever?
I mean, we didn't talk about any of like a lot of stuff. I feel
there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. I don't know what do you want to talk about?
I mean, were you concerned about Villa's like lack of life? And they had like 2 chances in the game.
I mean, attacking wise, I wasn't that concerned. And I was more concerned defensively as a Konsa owner now that I just transferred in. More concerned defensively than going forward. I mean, I still think they were fine attacking and put up good numbers and had some good chances. I mean, I'm not a Watkins owner. I'd be much more concerned as a Watkins owner than a Jack owner. Because Jack was still just like... Yeah, Jack was just like, well, he still should have scored. And everything would have been fine for me, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. What do you think about the Liverpool result?
Liverpool, out of every team in the fucking league, is actually the most normal team, I feel like. They're the most like the team that we thought they were going to be, and most like the team that they were last season, even without Virgil and stuff. Win every game. Yeah, I mean, they concede the early pen, which VAR doesn't even look to see if it's a foul or not, which is interesting. But then they just completely dominate the rest of the game. Yeah. They're way better every way, shape and form, just great. And like we captained Mo, but he puts up huge numbers. It was still a good captaincy. Should have returned. Mane double return. I thought Jota's been good every appearance so far. We'll see what the lineups are going forward. It was a really interesting thing starting all 4 of the attackers like that. But
yeah.
They're just really good.
Yeah. Okay. Southampton 2. I mean, Everton. No Rich is this fucking huge problem for them.
I think Iwobi was a bigger problem than No Rich, if you know what I mean.
Whatever.
Because because Bernard came in and actually was like okay, and they were okay. Bernard created. I mean, Bernard could have gotten sent off. Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he created some chances and stuff like that.
He's obviously better than Iwobi. It's just fucking doesn't put in like a Pomeranian and you're better than Iwobi.
But it's like, yeah, I trust Ancelotti to sort it. You know, I don't think he's gonna just go back to like Siggy and Iwobi and everything. Hamas is still fit, DCL still fit, most of the midfield still fit, and like they have good fixtures.
I'm very concerned because this is like the same thing that I feel like happened at post restart when everyone was dead and they had no midfield. It's not like, oh, Ancelotti will pick the right team. It's like they don't have the personnel. I think they don't have the personnel.
They might.
So Rich, like the thing that made their attack so explosive was that you have Rich and DCL, like both you can't account for both.
Yeah,
you just can't account for both of them. And when one of them's gone and you're just like, okay, stand on him, then they have nothing. And I just don't think, no matter how like clever or well positioned or formation wise, I feel like the next 2 games are going to be rough for Everton.
But that's the thing, right? So that was Luke's question, and I was like, but what are you going to do? Get rid of him? Like
ACL?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
It's like just talking about
it's like they still have Newcastle. I'm still like,
of course. No, of course you hold. Of course you hold.
And then after United, it's Fulham, Leeds, Burnley, and cool.
No. Of course you hold ACL. There's not even a question of doubt there.
Yeah.
And then what about fucking Ings, dude? Ings keeps scoring points.
He looked great.
He looked great. He looks great every game. He's looked great every game.
Yeah, for over a year now. He's looked great every game. He's just great. What are we doing?
Why do we not have him?
He's great. We should probably have him.
Maybe
he's so much better than Jim as a pick.
He's so much. That's not actually not close.
I know, but like, remember, everyone was like up in arms that I didn't have any Wolves players on my wild card. It's a fucking joke.
Let's do this right now. I mean, what's going on there? The Wolves.
They're just a really conservative team. They're just doing normal Wolves shit. That was so normal Wolves to just score a match winner late on versus Newcastle and cruise to 1-0. They didn't cruise to 1-0, but that's normal Wolves.
It's like offensive Wolves.
Yeah, I mean,
Jim,
it's cute when they're just promoted.
The league. Yeah.
And now it's like, just, wow, this like scrappy Wolves team. Now there's a few teams that are just so boring. I never want to watch them.
Leicester, Wolves.
Honestly, hot take, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
So Arsenal,
they're a nightmare to watch.
Wolves, if you watch, okay, this is the thing with Wolves, right? You watch a lot of games and you play FPL, you're gonna very quickly find a way to get rid of Jimenez. If you don't watch any games, you hold Jimenez for the rest of the season.
Till the cows come home. Yep.
If you watch this team and you're like, he's a good pick, you're fucking an actual idiot. You don't know anything about football, and you don't know what is a good FPL pick because the team and the player, that's not compatible.
He has a ceiling of 9, and he usually scores 2. It's just...
They look bad every game, and he finds a way because I don't know how. He just keeps getting away with it.
Well, he's a really good player. Honestly,
yeah, he's a really good. He's a really good player. He's a really good player,
and he's a fulcrum of everything, and he's 90 every single week.
Yeah.
But for 8.5, I don't want the upside of Chris Wood. I want more.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay.
He has the same upside as fucking Benteke.
Well, Benteke is better, but yeah, fine.
But I'm not paying 8.5 for Benteke.
I'm paying, what is he, 4.5?
Yeah, I don't know if he's even in the game.
So it makes my head actually explode when I think about him, honestly, especially this season, because when they were doing the 3-5-2 thing with Jota and they had Johnny and Doc, it's like you watch the games and you're like, okay, I get it. Like, I get why he gets the goal every game.
Yeah.
This year, don't get it. Not remotely close to understanding it, but he still does it. And that's what I don't get.
Yeah.
That's what fucks me up.
Deflection, annoying goal.
Yeah.
And then,
dude. And it's like fucking set piece. How is he peeling off from being the number 9 in the box, who should be like the second attack, to coming around to the edge of the box?
Yeah.
To being there for that. How is he even there?
Yeah.
How the fuck is he even standing there? That's like the job of the fullback should be there.
Neves should be there.
Yeah.
Ready to shoot from Neves.
That he even goes there. And I just see that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
So Arsenal are like, I was saying this a couple weeks ago, like Atletico Madrid light.
Yeah.
Where it's just, they look like the worst thing ever to watch every single week.
They just are.
Terrible. It's like Burnley with more payroll or something,
and like actual sexy, attractive manager.
Well,
no, that buys him a lot of leeway. I think the fact that he's like Mikel Arteta and beautiful and has an accent and shit. I mean, yeah, it's hard to.
It's harsh on Dyche. I'm not gonna lie. He's fine.
Yeah,
I would bring him home to say hi to mom.
What will it take to drop Laka / Nketiah and move Obbs to striker? Like, why is that never even remotely entertained? I will never understand. I'm glad that on the gambling pod in the futures, I bet the under on Obbs goals, because that's just nailed. Because he shoots like once a game.
Once a game, if that.
Max. Yeah, max.
Yeah.
He's actually shooting 1.33 times per game.
I don't know.
His XG per 9 is 0.09. Like, why? He's your best player by a fucking million.
Metric ton. I don't know, dude. I really don't know, because you watch them every week and they don't create anything. They just don't create anything. Yeah, and it's
set pieces, best chances for him.
Actual best chances. It's like he endeavors every game week to just put as many defenders as possible and as many defensive midfielders as possible. And all of a sudden they have 2.5 attackers, and surprise, they can't score.
Yeah.
It's not it's not good enough. I don't know. Like they give him a lot of rope because it's like, oh, club, like he's played for us and shit. Like
they're still building the squad and stuff, and I understand that shit, but
I don't understand.
They're gonna run because I think the style.
Because this is the thing, right? The style is like Big Fat Sam. Honestly, that's what
way
he's like, way
closer
Big Fat.
to that than Pep, which is what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to come from Pep and like yeah.
And if you're coming into Arsenal and you're throwing out like 3 DMs and 5 at the back, it's just it's ridiculous. Imagine if this was like Sam Johnstone's dad, who never played anywhere ever in his life, and he's been doing this. He's fucking fired 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
2 months ago he's fired because it's Arsenal, and they can't score a goal for their lives. Leicester, like, we get that.
They started off with, the 3 goals against Fulham, 2-1 win against West Ham. That was like, sham. Wow, everyone was feeling good.
Fucking sham.
Like, Sheffield United, they won 2-1 on 0.67 XG. They fucking scored those goals
on their 3 shots or whatever.
Yeah, like that was a fucking joke. They didn't deserve that at all. And then, City's obviously tough. And then Brodge's B team of Leicester is just like, they just like don't create anything. They're just like so conservative. So conservative.
So let's look at this, because I don't give a fuck about any of what we're doing right now. But if we have Arsenal, right, what do you want to see them like do? Where should they transition to?
I'm a broken record, but the most obvious thing to me is play your best player in his best position, which is which is Obbs down the middle, and that lets you play 2 wingers, and they have a lot of good wingers.
Yeah, Saka, Bill,
give me Saka,
Peps.
Willian, or Saka, Pepe. Like
so
that's
you put
way more of an attack.
Partey and Shock in the pivot.
Well, it depends.
Ozil,
like
10.
If they're playing,
you go back to 4-2-3-1.
Oh my god, Ozil, get him in.
Why would you not do that? How is that bad?
Even when they started the season, they were kind of playing Willian at 10 or whatever. Like
he was like
fine.
Right wing.
Do it.
Floating.
Fine. That's fine.
Well, he's hurt now, but
I know. But like, put a replacement there. Don't put like Ceballos there.
You want like Saka, Willian, Pepe? I don't think Willian can play at like a 10 central though. I think he needs that like, let me run out to the wing and run up and down.
Okay, then let Saka do it and play a wing of Willian and Pepe and Obbs down the middle. Yeah. Give me that. 4 attackers. Like Partey's good enough.
Ceballos. I don't know. It's the thing that's really annoying about it when you look at the team is that it doesn't feel like the balance should be that hard to find. But it's like nowhere in sight.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Like you're looking at like
playing 3 midfielders was really weird this week.
But I feel like that even that too is like if you fucking sort it out. But like if like a midfield 3 of like Xhaka, Ceballos, and Partey in my head, like okay, like that sounds like that could work, right? Like that's good.
It's good, but then all the onus is on the attackers. Like
if you push Ceballos up, you need someone in that a little more 8.5 role or something.
I kind of
can't do it.
What Arteta stumbled on, which was the 3 at the back, because I like Saka wing back with Tierney left center back, and I like Bell wing back because they actually add to attack. Like Tierney makes his occasional run, Saka's up there all the time.
I just don't think they need that. Like, I think they have enough quality that they should be able to control midfield with a pivot, and like they should be able to figure that out.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's a ballsy transition to try and make. Like, 6 games into the season or whatever.
Though. Honestly, it just sucks because usually Arsenal is one of the fun ones to watch, and this year it's just a fucking.
This year,
slog.
It's been like 3 years.
It sucks.
It's been like 3 years since they've been fun.
Well, no, I don't agree with that because when Emery was there and they were fucking dog, I love that because the games were just ridiculous. Yeah, no, but fun for me because they're just ridiculous. You never knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
But with this team, though, it's just oh my god, it's so bad to watch.
Yeah, Arteta ball is a nightmare, but we'll see, and we'll see.
Bellerin, good pick, 5 million defender.
Yeah. Gab too looks really good.
Yeah.
Obs, 12 million.
Good pick.
Ouch.
Yep. Low to Obs. That's what I'm doing this week.
Raz to Obs.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's move. So are you... I kind of feel weird doing like our teams and transfers and caps on this pod now that we do the Friday Night Live.
Yeah. I think teasers are fine.
So do you know what you're doing at all? I mean, are you just ripping Joel Ward out, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, Ward definitely... It's hard to imagine him being in my team next week.
Yeah.
But I have 2 frees, so we'll see. I mean, maybe I get an injury somewhere else, but other than Ward, I mean, when you look at my team, what do you think are the pressure points?
Well, Ryan's obviously your worst player.
Thanks.
Brewster. I mean, he's of all your starters, I'm just like, even Pulisic, even the way he's looked and Chelsea's looked, I'm still like, he'll come around. He's a great player.
Well, so the issue though,
Brewster's the one where I'm just like 0 to 1 every week.
So the issue, like if I'm gonna give up on that dream, which I don't want to.
No, it's too early probably to do that because it's like major surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a double swap to like it would be Pulisic to a mid guy and upgrading Brewster to a mid guy, which I don't really want to do yet.
Yeah, I think it's too soon.
Because my initial instinct I like
sticking with your instinct to just
Ward and float.
Yeah, I think Ward and float is correct.
So my team's fucking fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I'll get I can get a red arrow whether I float or take a hit.
I want to see like 3 to 4 more Brewster before I'm giving up on that. Especially,
that's what I'm saying.
He had Liverpool, then he has City, Chelsea. Like, give him a fucking easy
the problem
game.
is, I mean, incurring the 1 to 2 points in that run isn't great, but...
No, it sucks. But give him, like, West Brom.
I just feel, honestly, with him, dude, is that he's just going to make a joke of the price tag. And he's had a game and a half, but I don't want to do that. I want to hold him. Like, I really want to hold him for a while because I think he's just going to get points.
Yeah,
he's
I
a
think
striker.
you stick with your initial read. I mean, one of the things we said on the initial like Brewster rant or whatever is when we were talking about like the rate of exchange between the positions, right? Like a 4-5 defender doesn't equal a 4-5 forward. 4-5 defender equals like a 6-5 forward or something in terms of playability and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Therefore, a 4-5 forward is like a fucking 2-5 defender. You know, like it's like insanely valuable, never before been seen. Like you got to give him some time. I think he's adjusting not only to the Prem, he's adjusting to an entirely new system with entirely new teammates.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit.
And I like him.
The kid is a great kid.
See, this is the thing also is, I mean, this is obviously irrational, but when I like the guy, like I don't mind as much holding the diabolical pick, even though it's reasonable. Okay, so ward out for someone, float seems like what I'm doing. What about
I think
you?
that's right. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I have 1 free, but I have 1.5 in the bank. Not really sure where I'm going to go yet. TBD.
I mean, your team on paper is very solid.
Yeah, I mean, Lamptey is turning into a bit of a problem because I went into my wild card with...
he's not a problem.
Well, I went into my wild card with Trent, VVD, and then Lamptey I'm going to start every single week. And he doesn't get a lot of points.
Well, but you still have Mitchell there, so you throw Mitchell in, you bench Lamptey against Spurs, Yeah. But you also have that money in the bank.
If Mitchell starts.
Yeah, you could also just do Dunn.
Yeah, Dunn to a player is possible.
To an actual guy and start him, and then suddenly you have depth, Yeah,
depth.
Because you have Foden, Salah, James, Grealish, Werner, DCL, Kane. Like, that doesn't need to be touched.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think they're all fine. I am slightly concerned about James, though, because he seems to me like the type of player that's just going to be yellow flag knocked for like 3 months.
It's possible.
Like he's just never going to recover and maybe never train again and just like put those things on his legs and just be sort of knocked.
Yeah. Mini hyperbaric chamber or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so we have UCL tomorrow and Wednesday, and then we have Europe on Thursday, and then we'll pod Thursday, and then we'll figure out what's happening.
Any early cap thoughts? Is it just obviously Spurs?
Yeah, I mean, Son for me is the initial, and I have Vice on Mo, so.
Spurs seems extremely obvious.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really talk about Spurs today, but.
I mean, they were dog shit.
Yeah, but Brighton also dog shit, playing a high line, like trying to get possession. Like that's the game where this is like a Southampton game to me with Spurs. And, you know, we have Mo's home West Ham, and that's like
West
the
Ham's
bus,
actually
right?
good.
Yeah, but that's like a good bus. And, you know, City playing Sheffield United, you know, they played better last game, and City don't look too good. So I think that the way Brighton played today against West Brom, if they did that same thing against Spurs,
oh my God,
second
half. Yeah, the second half today of Brighton Spurs, yeah they scored 3, 4, 5.
And
yeah,
a lot of goals would have came in there. So, yeah, I just like the thought in my head of all of these shitty fucking Brighton players playing really high up with two midfielders. I just feel like that's the counterattacking dream for Mo.
Right.
So as long as Son,
not for Mo,
either
for Son or
Mo. Yeah, so I like Son there. But this is the other thing that plagues me, right? I mean, I had Vice cap on Son the last 2 weeks on 13-11. I put him in the show, too, incoming.
Yeah.
100%.
And a Mo brace.
Yeah,
at least.
your
Vice. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is actually not nothing. Like I've been saying, like I want to trust the process.
Trust the process.
I mean, it could be fucking Friday night, and I just
control
switch.
The controllables.
Yeah, and I just switch it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Back on
we'll see on Friday Night Live how we feel.
We'll see. What about you? What are you thinking about Cap? Kane?
I mean, I'm on Kane. Yeah, same sort of logic.
See, this is I don't want to. I like when we're doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna the more
we both
times
we both just obviously Mo last week, right? Didn't come through. Still the right pick, I think.
Yeah,
like the right game script, the right numbers, the right way they looked,
we need
the way
to stay
they played.
With this.
Yeah.
If we were doing the same thing this week, we just stay. We stick.
Yeah.
We gotta stick. We have to hold each other accountable as well.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me slap asses. We got 4 new signups this week to our Patreon: Scoob McCoob, Oliver Agar, Shut Up Luke, and Neil Redden. Let that ass get in there. Slappy slip slap slop. Any last words, brother?
That's a good job by you.
Check us out at fmlfield.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlfield. Support us at patreon.com/fmlfield. Subscribe, rate, review, and cheers.